election in '94, and I went. And then I probably went back in '95. At that time, I was going over there all the time. But in '96, when we did the big program, I outlined what they have to do in order to take South Africa to where it ought to go. After that, the richest people over there, all of them start acting funny. Not right in front, but slowly. They would have Muhammad Al-Asi, they would have Imam, and they would send me to places where it was unimportant. Then by '98, you remember Pagan, People Against Gangsters and Drugs? They told me Muhammad Al-Asi is funny, police. That was '98. I wasn't organized to do nothing about it then. But I heard what they said, and guess what? I agreed with them. Walking down the strip there in Cape Town, there's loud talking going on. One guy said, Yaqub Zaki, professor at Edinburgh, Scotland, he's saying he don't trust Crescent anymore, that they're low quality. I heard it, because the guy in front of us, two of them, they walking together, and I'm walking with somebody else, and I can hear it perfectly. I don't know whether he's talking loud for me, whether he's trying to get me to overreact, because I feel the same way he do. You see what I mean? We've gotten where we've gotten because Allah got his hand on us. And I don't believe it. I know it. That's because there's too much stuff going on, and it's too intricate for one Negro to hold. I have to research my own stuff to remember, because, that happened because the stuff, you know what I mean? It's so detailed, it's so intricate that someone else, or ultra power, extraordinary reality, have to be directing it. That's Allah. That's all the way it is. And we got this covered because for the last 50 years, Allah been handling all of this stuff. It's been too many twists and turns. So let me get back to what we was. So the guy called me, and on my birthday, I hadn't seen him since Hamburg, Germany. I noticed when I went to East Africa once, the pictures of Pete O'Neill and all of them. I went back to East Africa in '72 or '73. I went to '73. And I was telling people there about how much I liked Colombia. And one of them was saying, well, Colombia, they're like Mexicans, aren't they? I said, yeah, basically, yeah. He said, no, I don't like them. They didn't like it. I said, no, I was really laying it on about how much I like it where I am and how much I like them. As soon as I got back to Colombia, the kids that used to follow me around and flatter me, whatever they was doing, are now making fun of me. But it's okay. Y'all can do what you want. But you know when I realized what they was doing? When we watched 30 years later, Marcus Garvey. You remember when they sent him back to Jamaica? Mm-hmm. The little kids was following him and making fun of him. Why? Then Marcus Garvey moved back to London. it's too uncomfortable here with the kids following me around. They made it uncomfortable for him in Jamaica, where he could have made a big splash. And then in 1940, talking about psychological warfare, he read in the newspaper that he had died. And what did he do? He died! This is insanity. Hey man, we got this stuff down pat. And that's why delay is so important. Stuff don't, it's just, you say, you don't act on that dumb stuff. Then all of a sudden, 35 years later, you watching a program that, our video on Marcus Garvey. And we just starting the air war stuff and with it. So that shows you the game that we got. I'm not being arrogant, I'm telling you, remember, our people didn't get heavy game. The niggas that was putting sugar in Marcus Garvey's and them tanks and all that, his boats, he probably thought it was some mistake, I don't know. But he wasn't sharp enough to understand how much these white folks hated him, right? And all of his captains, most of them had problems.
After you talked about that before, I came across something where newspapers usually do that. They already have obituaries already written.
Right.
So when the person does die, they can just put it out. So they already got them written for famous people. I said, wow, that's interesting.
It's not only interesting, but it's really ridiculous.
Right.
It's really that he read, I'm trying to say about psychological warfare.
Right.
Subliminal suggestion, all those things, the shaitan whispering in your mind, and it's affecting you, and I don't know, heart, whatever it is, you really die. Look, I know there's something about our mission, and it's big. It's already big, we don't have to worry about that. It's already big. It's real big. Because the way they're treating it. We could just go by our historical batting average, which I'm not going to go over now, but just think about what was talked about and then what happened. When we talk about a research site, very soon, because see, all these DVDs, we, ourselves, and then others are going to help us put these out. They're not going to just stay up at the house. We're going to put them out. Put them out, put them out, put them out. So no matter what boss man is doing on this thing right here, don't make no difference. It's going to get out over and over again. We're going to have a long-range project on getting these out, getting these out, getting these out. Then they won't be able to go around, you know what I mean? Like now they figure as long as they got you isolated and over there, da, 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 da. But it's worse than that. It's not that we're over here isolated. It's that we're hitting the nail on the head every time. Every time. Now, can you imagine when you predicted every fight and Boss Man is in those fights? And you said, well, Boss Man took a dive in the 8th round, Boss Man, and then he reviews his own record, right? And ain't nobody in the world doing that to him but us. Nobody in the world doing that but us. Hey man, this is a big deal. I don't care what he say, whether he like it or not, but Boss Man is in trouble. Because no matter what this means, historically, we're going to put it together and we're going to pass it on to everybody else. Just this lecture here today gets people thinking, wait a minute, why rush to judgment? No rush to judgment, no. We'll put this together. What does it mean psychologically, what he's doing? What does it mean sociology, from a sociological point of view? What does this mean economically? All of it. And break it down, combine it, recombine it, just like they do. They got a scenario for this, plan A, plan B, scenarios. They run scenarios to see how it works. Whether this is a scenario or what, it don't make no difference. But one thing about it, we'll figure it out in detail, and we won't be no more than 5% off. Whatever it is. And comprehensive, see, the historical associations is so comprehensive that the only way this system can feed all what it has is through computers. And they feed all that information in a computer, and they come out with, give us scenario 1, scenario, and that's what they come out with. Think about the Negro, a live Negro that's got all of that global information stored, and it all pops up just at the right time, in the right way. Boss man's in trouble. That's all I can say. Boss man bites the dust. And that came out before this, by the way. Yeah. Because the ayats on the back says that, don't worry about it. Our plan is subtle and firm. Right? That's what it says. Don't worry about it. If they run around jumping up and down, slapping hands and talking crazy, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll move toward a close, categorize, systematize, and organize. Boy, that sounds like a record there. Okay, but that's what we're placing this in certain categories. We have to systematize all this information and organize it where it comes under, first, the old thing, strategic management, crisis management, and what it means today. What it means right now. Okay. Well, I'll just close with this. One of the reasons is that oppressors are bold, greedy, unrepentant. This is our friend, the Euro, and his helpers. They bold, they believe in taking bold chances. And remember, they got everything in their hand. They got all the resources. So, you know, if they ain't got no, they got white people that get rich, and Negroes too, because they take a chance. They get a gut feeling. You know, the bigger the risk, of course, the bigger the loss, but the bigger opportunity. If you take a big risk, and a lot of them people take big risks all the time, but then they get lazy and they don't want to take too many risks no more. We got everything now. So now we want to systematize the collection and distribution of global wealth. We want to farm these niggas and other white folk. We want to farm them. Plan them out, let them build up a little bit, take it all, just like farmers. And they're doing that. Let's forget about it. I'm sorry. They're doing that. They're doing that. And now just imagine, we have to break that down to Negroes and common people, which we'll do, which we're doing, and help the world become a better place. So, are there any questions or comments?
I'm trying to find the Newsweek.
Newsweek?
You remember, was this on the cover?
This would be on the cover, if you could find the cover.
You remember the cover? Can you go back and?
I remember in the pages, it has something about drug, not Colombian, it has to do about the cocaine trade. Huh?
This guy here on the cover, I don't know who this guy is, but so it was like,
Let me see here.
I mean, it won't let me open up the magazine. It's just giving you, you know, you could buy the magazine.
Clockwise, does it have what it has
Inside?
Yeah, not right there. No, it's just too. Yeah, you gotta. They're saying they got a physical magazine.
We have
You
to
gotta
buy
buy it.
that whole month.
Yes.
You gotta buy the whole month, you can't look at
March.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I got January. This is January.
Okay.
No, I got March.
But
You got March, what does yours have?
I
March
have
sounds more like it.
Hmm.
What does it say for March?
I mean, it's just giving you the cover. It's not
Okay.
giving you, you got.
Does it have anything on the cover about,
Not cocaine. No, not that I've seen thus far. So,
can you try April then? February and April. Because yours is January, right?
Yes.
February and April. Okay, there are no questions and everything? That's fine, okay, you close them, you can close.